welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna do a whole day in the life today, show you what I'm getting up to. Today's an exciting day. I'm hosting my first run club in a while this evening, but I'm out this morning to tire out the very manic dog. Oh, she is crazy. She's like a little racehorse, so tiring her out, tiring myself out, and then this evening hopefully I'll get to meet a few of you. All this rain has meant that it is very muddy everywhere, which makes for good skiing conditions if you like to ski on mud attached to a dog. Otherwise, very difficult running. Look at that sun. I think this is almost the best time of year to do morning runs because you get the early morning sun. Woo! Yeah, and best way to wake up. So last week I managed to end up doing 37k, which is one of my biggest training weeks since I got ill, which is really exciting. And then I actually felt really good for this week as well, which is shocking because I had a wedding over the weekend and it was one of my best friend's weddings, so amazing to still feel decent after all of that and be out on a run on a Wednesday morning. And my first double run day in forever. It's amazing. And look, the dogs are having a good time. Run done, shower done, back in time for breakfast, chill time, and work, all before 9, which is just amazing. Honestly, I swear to God, that is the best way of starting the day. I think nothing wakes you up quite as much as being pulled headfirst through a pile of mud with the sun in your eyes. It really was beautiful out this morning though. I hope you can see how much I enjoy it and why I so enjoy going out on days like today. And also, I haven't shown you guys the new house. This is obviously not why most of you follow me, but I thought today, I've got a bunch of other stuff to do before this evening's run club, but I thought today might be a really good opportunity to also show you all of the work we've done in the house. But I'm gonna first of all have my breakfast because I'm really hungry. I've already fed the dog, done everything else I need to do, but I myself have not eaten. So I'm gonna have some breakfast and then sit down for some work, and then later on I will show you all of the work that we have done around the house. So I'm just having some homemade granola. So Rhian, my partner, got diagnosed with celiac disease, so he can't have any wheat or gluten at all. So we started making our own granola. It ends up being a lot cheaper than buying the gluten-free versions that you find in the shops, and it is absolutely delicious. It is quite heavily nut-based, so it is very, very filling, but it's honestly exactly what I want after a morning run, because if it's a short run under 10 kilometers, I don't eat beforehand. If I was doing like a longer run or a hard run, then I would absolutely have something, even just a banana before heading out. But when I come back, I want like something really wholesome and hearty, especially as it gets colder in the morning. So this is really good, and I got asked a lot for the recipe when I posted it over on my Instagram account. So I have posted the recipe over there. If you are interested, it's really easy to make. Honestly, you can't go wrong with it, and you just sort of add various things that you enjoy. So this one has pumpkin seeds, almonds, ground almonds, dates, hemp seeds, peanuts, obviously oats, but yeah, delicious. Anyway, really, really good. And it's got a bit meta because I'm filming a YouTube video whilst also watching a YouTube video on drones because I've just bought myself a drone, which is very exciting because I've wanted one for absolutely ages. So I've got the DJI Neo, which is the new drone that has a lot of features that are quite simple to use. So it's nowhere near as impressive as like some of the proper filming ones, but it still films in 4K and it's got all these preset things. So you can like just press a button and it will follow you. It's got tracking features. It will go around you, like whatever you want, it will do. I haven't had a chance to test it out. I totally would have tested it out this morning, but I also totally would have lost it. Trying to look after a drone and a dog at the same time, I think is recipe for disaster. One of them is going to go missing. So I haven't tested it out yet, but fingers crossed soon I'll be able to test it out. So I'm going to watch a video on like how to use it before actually taking it out and about, but it's very exciting. So anyway, this is getting quite meta. So I'm actually just going to watch my video and eat my breakfast in peace and then get to work. Okay, so I'm finally actually sitting at my desk after doing a couple of things around the house that I completely forgot to film, mostly just cleaning things up because even though we're nearly at the end of our renovation, we still have things just sort of everywhere at the moment. Oh my God, I've got this beam of light on me. Anyway, finally sat down and every time that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a day in the life, I completely forget how to do that. I'm not very good at filming all day, and also my job is so varied that quite often I don't actually know what I'm doing until I'm doing it. Today I do have a set plan of sorts, so basically I've got lots of different things on at the moment. This evening I'm hosting my run club, of course. I don't actually have to prepare anything for that, which is really lovely, but I am also uploading a vlog for this evening, which again, a bit meta, talking about a vlog in a vlog, which by the time this one has come out, that one will already be live. So that is my story of EBV. It's a really beautifully shot film actually, so if you haven't watched that one, go back and watch it. It explains what happened basically over the last 18, 19, 20 months with getting Epstein-Barr virus and how I've been responding to that. I really wanted to make a film about it because I sometimes struggle to share the lows and stuff, and I think that doing this film was a way of sharing that without it just being like really depressing, because a lot of the time it's not really depressing and there are pros and there are cons and there are ups and there are downs, and I think the reality of that is really important to share because not all of running can be having a great time, going out on beautiful trails and always at your peak fitness. That's just not how it is for anyone, and a lot of people obviously also get injured or get ill or whatever, which means that they can't do what they're used to doing. So I really wanted to share that and just had to shut the curtains because it's so bright. If you have watched that video, thank you for any support and comments that you've done. I don't know yet because I haven't put it live, but it's quite scary for me to share that because it is quite a vulnerable video and I like to be very positive and smiley, and when I'm not like that it makes me a little bit stressed that people are going to view me differently or whatever. But yeah, anyway, I have to put that live, otherwise you guys won't ever get to see it. So that's part of today's job. And then also I am on BBC Bristol tomorrow on the radio talking about, again, my journey with EBV, but also talking about all the different projects that we've got going on here, the different community projects, including the Pollinator Pathways project, which is where we create space for nature but also improve spaces for the community in this local area, which is such an amazing project, and I'm so happy that we're doing it. And we got a volunteer weekend this weekend, which will be a few days before this video comes out, and I'll be talking about that on BBC Bristol tomorrow. But I have to write down some facts and figures about green spaces in the UK because I don't want to just show up to this interview and just be sharing opinions. I'm a scientist at heart, so opinions don't mean very much to me. I think actually it's really important to have the facts and figures about green spaces and why we need to make spaces for nature, and also how that can benefit the community in the long run, etc. But if you're interested in that, go back and watch some of my other videos on community projects and Pollinator Pathways project, because that explains a little bit more about that. So I need to do that. And then also I've just had a casting through for a very big brand for a trail running shoot. I don't think I'll get the shoot, but I always am the sort of person to say yes, do the casting. If I don't get it, so be it. But if I do get it, then that's really cool and I will love that. So at some point today I have to get changed back into running clothes to then do a casting, and I'll explain a little bit more about what that involves when we get to it. But for now, let me upload that vlog. So it's nearly 12 p.m. and I was just taking a quick break from work, and I thought I would do a house tour just very quickly. So a lot of you will know that we've been doing loads of renovation works. I keep referencing it as the reason why Tia has gone completely bonkers. I too have also gone a little bit bonkers, but I thought I'd show you what we've done, and I've done a extension plans vlog last year, and that was just before we got started, and I was kind of explaining everything, and it's quite funny going and watching that again to kind of see what has happened, what hasn't happened, and how it looks now. And I keep thinking like not much has changed, and then I went back to look at that and I was like, oh no, a lot of things have changed. It looks so good in comparison, and we are not finished yet. You can probably see the plastic coating that's still on the stairs, but this is making such a big difference to the way that we live already, and I want to show you why. So I'm in the hallway. As I said in the previous vlog, nothing is changing here, except we are actually now going to paint the walls, because anyone who's done a renovation will know that everything gets covered in muck and dust and dirt. So we have to paint various things, so we're going to paint all of it. Haven't yet done that, but we have built a hat stand, which is very exciting because I own a lot of caps. So moving through, I said before nothing's changing in the sitting room, and that is true, but we have still got everything. We've still got various bits of storage in here, which is a bit messy, but it's not the end of the world. And then as you go through, this is the bit that looks completely different. So beforehand we had a coal shed there and a UPVC window here, and we have now got bifold doors, and this is my favorite part of the whole renovation really. It's the fact that we have this gorgeous view, and it's not just about the view, it's also about the light. So this house is north facing, and previously we didn't get a huge amount of light in the kitchen, and especially in winter where it gets really dark and the sun never comes around the back of the house, this area felt so cold and so dark. And when I say cold, I mean literally cold, because there was no insulation on this side of the house. The windows had to be taped up over winter. We got ice on the inside of them if it dropped below freezing outside, and we didn't have any insulation in the coal shed. So what should have been a useful storage area just ended up actually leaking any heating that we're doing in the house outside. This is a huge difference. We forked out quite a lot for these bifolds because it has allowed us to get the best insulation possible, and also Crittall style doors would have been what they might have used in the 1930s, which is when this house was built. So I kind of wanted to give a bit of a nod to that. Excuse the Peloton, I've just bought it off my brother-in-law, so I will be using that for training as I get fitter again, while I don't want to do too much extra running, but can still use it for sort of long, slow cardio exercise. Right, over here is also very exciting. So you may remember that beforehand there was a curtain across there, and that's because there was a very mouldy coal shed there. What we have now is this floor to almost ceiling window and all of our cookbooks up there, which again lets in so much light, and it doesn't take up any extra space. Like, yes, we have lost a little bit of space at the back, but I'm so happy with how this has turned out. And then here is where the big change is. So previously you would have exited a UPVC door here and gone outside. Now we have an internal door here and an internal window. Sorry, everything's still sort of mid-reno, so it's still a little bit of a mess, but here we go. So this is going into the new extension, and we've got another glass door here again to let in as much light as possible. And then this is the utility room. That is a clothes error that is on the ceiling there. Completely obsessed with that. And over here we have potting table slash where we keep all the gardening stuff and where we keep all the laundry things. And this is where the washing machine has ended up. So this is it here, nice and hidden away with this beautiful curtain that I made. And then we got a downstairs bathroom, which we didn't have before, which is super useful to have, and also apparently a big selling point as well. Very useful for us, very useful for future people. And this will be keeping this whole side extension warm, so that will be super useful. Facebook Marketplace find, as was this. So yeah, lots of Facebook Marketplace, lots of secondhand stuff. So yeah, that's completely different here. We do get in so much light through this side extension, which we're really lucky to have, because again, there was very little light coming here before. But let me show you also very quickly a big part of this build, which was building Fion's workshop. Hello. Hello. This is Fionn's workshop. Beforehand, this was a garage. We were intending to just continue to use the garage as a workshop, but it rained in here, didn't it, Fee? If it was raining outside, it was raining inside.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that was obviously not ideal for getting any work done. So this is the situation at the moment. Fionn's still building it, so still a bit of way to go, like the rest of the house, but a vast improvement on what was there before, and it is dry and it is insulated, which makes a huge difference. And we've got all these doors as well, so that if it does get a little bit cold, we can lock all the heat into the center of the house. So nothing's changed in these bedrooms, but we do have a whole extra staircase. And that is because we've also got a loft conversion, which is phenomenal and probably my favorite part of the build. It's still being built, but this is the space. Whoo! It's so big. Here we go. Again, most of this build is about getting as much light as possible, and this has been a way of doing that. I cannot believe how beautiful this has ended up being. It's a beautiful, bright room. Obviously still has carpet to go down, wardrobes to go in, chest of drawers. It's got to be made livable, basically. But the space itself is absolutely incredible. And we're so lucky to be up on a hill as well, which means that we get really beautiful views over the whole of Bristol, which is amazing, especially when it's Balloon Fiesta. You see all the balloons come over and the views are just gorgeous. And then we have an ensuite here as well. And this is still being finalized, but you get the general picture. Hi! Again, everything in this, I really wanted to like give a nod to 1930s style, so hence the stripes, and this is original also from a farmhouse, original 1930s. I'm not actually sure what era that is, maybe Victorian, maybe Edwardian, but absolutely gorgeous anyway. And then we turned it into a wash basin stand thing. When you build a whole new section of a house, it can feel like it's a new build section tacked on, which I guess is essentially what it is. And so I kind of wanted to include some bits of old furniture, also because I really love using secondhand stuff. So I'm really loving how this has turned out from using a lot of secondhand things. And the tiles, for example, we got half of them from Facebook Marketplace and then topped them up with new ones. This is Facebook Marketplace. Half of those tiles were Facebook Marketplace. That's Facebook Marketplace. Everything else I think is new. But yeah, I did want to keep things as sustainable and also affordable as possible, because anyone who has done a build will know building is always expensive, and we have run over budget, but it's worth it to get it right. And things have taken a really long time also because we're doing a huge amount of the work ourselves. And that has meant that we've been able to also save a lot more money and do a lot more things that otherwise would have been really difficult. So yeah, that is the house tour. I just wanted to add that in there because I did promise a kind of finished house tour when all the work was done, and we haven't 100% finished yet, but it's most of the way there. I'd say 95% of the way there, and we just have a whole load of like painting and things for us to do. So my weekends and evenings, and often during the day also when I'm not working, is spent painting basically, and caulking and siliconing things and putting up shelves and all that kind of stuff, which is, I mean, I've learned a lot of skills, but it is very tiring, and I'm very excited for it to be finished, but we're so nearly there. But having said that, I should probably get back to work. It is just past 12. So I spent 10 minutes doing this, and then I will get back to work. At 4 p.m. this afternoon, I'm heading into town, so I've got a lot of stuff to do before then. Lunch today, if you can see that, is gluten-free bagels from my gluten-free bakery. I bought them. They didn't gift them, sadly. But yeah, so those are absolutely delicious and the best gluten-free bagels in the entire world. And then we have leftovers on one of the bagels with some hummus and avocado on the other one, and some tomatoes and some kimchi, which is the strangest mix of ingredients, but you know, it's got a little bit of everything in it, lots of vegetables, and it's what we had, so that's the most important thing. I think it will taste good though. So it's 2 p.m. and I have a deadline tomorrow morning for this casting. Castings are basically ways of brands getting to choose a model. They used to do them in person, but since COVID they've been doing a lot more videos. So you send in a video of yourself answering some questions, saying where you're from, what it is that you can do in relation to the job. So in this case it's trail running, so nice and easy for me, and they basically choose a model based on that. I think maybe I'm getting a little bit too old for modelling. I am only doing this one because it's trail running. Obviously I love trail running, and any excuse to be able to do more of that is good in my books, but yeah, it's slightly stressful because I'm very aware of the fact that there are lots of younger people doing very similar things and getting more jobs. So anyway, I'm gonna give it a go, and all you have to do basically is like say your name, your age, what agency you're with, your experience in this case trail running, and then you kind of wear an outfit that's related to the job that you're doing. It kind of helps dress for the job you want, which in this case is a big trail running shoot. So I'm gonna do that now. I'm just gonna film it on my phone and then send it over to the agency. It will probably take a few takes, but it's kind of similar to filming a reel for my Instagram, just minus a lot of editing and minus any voiceover. So yeah, it's important to get it right, and obviously because they can't see me in person, all they get to go off is how I am in the casting tape. So yeah, it's important to get it right, but I'm gonna do that now, and then I've got to quickly jot down those facts for a radio interview that I'm doing tomorrow, and then I've got to head into town for 4 p.m. But right now all I can hear is Rhian using an angle grinder outside, judging by the noise, so I might have to go and tell him to stop that. This has been an endless problem as part of this build. Any filming is so difficult because it's constantly like you're halfway through filming and suddenly it's like it makes me go mad, like my brain is like. But anyway, we'll get this done, one way or another. Hi, my name's Flora Beverley. I am 29 years old and I'm based in the UK. I am a very experienced trail runner. I do ultramarathons for fun. So that took way more I can't even talk. Way more takes than I was expecting. I'm obviously out of practice with that, so... Anyway, I'm gonna edit it all together, send it on over to get rid of the awkwardness in the middle. Fingers crossed, hey! It's out of my hands once it's off my desk, so yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that was kind of awkward. Right, that is all the casting stuff done. As you can tell, I'm dressed and ready to go to the Run Club, which I'm super excited about. I'm wearing all black today. It makes me look like I'm not feeling very enthusiastic about this, but I promise I am. The sun has finally come out as well. Literally a second ago, it was pouring with rain out there. You can see the little rain droplets on the window, and I was like, oh no. It's been such horrible weather recently, and I did promise everyone sunshine, but thankfully the sun has come back out again, so fingers crossed it stays that way, but it is pretty blustery out there. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna head down to the event now. I'm being very lazy and getting an Uber because I have to be really careful about my energy levels, especially with so much going on at the moment. I tend to take regular breaks to make sure that I can get everything done that I need to get done during the day, and I have, other than my lunch break, I haven't been able to do that today. So Uber down is the only way, especially as I ran this morning. Otherwise I would run down basically, and that is a terrible idea at this stage, but I will be running back unless I'm really exhausted or full of dinner. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna be getting my Uber in a second, and I'll see you guys down there. So everyone's just arriving for the Run Club. It's actually overwhelmingly busy, and I'm hiding in the box room in the corner. But I'm so excited to do this. So I'm leading the 7K run, then there's a 5K and a 3K, and the whole thing with Bristol Run Club is that they make things as accessible as possible for as many people as possible. So it just means that people don't get put off by thinking it's going to be too fast or too long or whatever. So each of the routes are slow and steady with a break halfway through at the very least, just to make sure that everyone's together. The whole point is that it's really chatty and lovely, and that is exactly what we're going for today. But I can't believe how many people have turned up. It's actually mad.
We're going to be doing a quick warm-up over on College Green, just be walking down to Harbourside with everyone, splitting off into the groups, and then starting the run from there.
Say hi to everyone! This is Anya Collin, who is co-hosting the Run Club with me, and you are? And you're doing the Q&A at the end.
Yeah, Explorers Run Club. I'm just sidekick.
Sidekick. I need a sidekick, so I don't know what I'm doing. literally just made the route right now, and I was suddenly like, hang on a second, I feel like everyone needs to know where the route is, because otherwise everyone is going to get lost, including me. But we're doing a Q&A just after the run club, and then yeah, but she's the one who knows all about coaching, because Anya coaches for runner.
I do.
And you're also a very fast runner. Yeah, outside of that, a marathoner, right?
Yeah, 2:34.
There you
PB.
go, 2:34.
Yeah.
Like I said, fast. I'm stressed. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Woo! Hi! It's so lovely. So today we're doing 7 kilometers around the docks. I was just explaining that. This is like one of the only flat routes in Bristol, so I do this route a lot, but there's definitely a different vibe when you're doing it with like 60 other people. It's amazing. So cool. And everyone's having a good time. You having a good time? Woo! Wow! Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Do you usually go to Bristol Run Club?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay, and you brought friends? Or have you just met them?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. kind of friends, or you kind of brought them? Okay. High fives! Woo! High fives! Woohoo! Well done! We've stopped at this viewpoint that is impossible to find, but so worth it when you get here. Runner! We just did 7k. It was so beautiful out there. Bristol was really showing off today, and honestly, if anyone has come here from outside of Bristol, they're going to want to be moving very soon. But now we're going to sit down and I'm going to do a Q&A with Anya. We're going to speak about, well, everyone's sent in questions basically, so if you want to know anything about running coaching or nutrition or like psychology, mentality of not being able to run, or like whatever it is, we're going to be answering those questions. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm not going to film the whole thing because obviously that's going to be really long, so I'm just going to let you guys imagine it. And remember also that on the 29th of September I will be doing another run club, and the tickets will go live for that on the day that this vlog is released, I believe. So if they are, I will put them in the caption box below, and then you guys can buy those tickets. It's close to the train station so that people can access it easily if they're coming in from outside of Bristol. And that's the whole reason I did that. And it's on a Sunday so that we have some extra time, blah, blah, blah. And there's gonna be great coffee and great food like there is here today. So there will be more opportunities to ask any questions there, and run with me, and fingers crossed for beautiful weather in that one as well. But for now, I'm gonna go do the Q&A. So I'm just on my way home from the event. It was so lovely and so wholesome. So many just wonderful people, and like I said before when I did my vlog about community, it really reminds me why I love the running community so much. Just everyone is so friendly, and thank you if you came down, thank you if you asked any questions, thank you if you kept me company for the whole thing. Basically just thank you, and thank you also for all of your support. The vlog went live while I was at the run club, so that was scary, and I haven't read the messages, I haven't read the comments yet, but there have been lots of comments, so I'm a little bit nervous, and I'm gonna go through them now right before bed. But it's 8:30, I'm gonna go home, have a big dinner, and then I'm gonna go to sleep because I am exhausted.
And tomorrow I'm on BBC Bristol and I haven't done any of my prep work for that. So that's my plan for tomorrow morning. But I'm gonna finish the vlog here because I really am exhausted and I want to have a nice relaxing evening. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed my day in the life. Most days are not like this, you know, it's ups and downs, it's busy days, it's empty days, it's a little bit of everything, and that's the joy of freelance life. I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless, and thanks if you came to the Run Club. And if you did enjoy the video, please do hit the thumbs up button and of course hit subscribe. There'll be lots more running content coming your way, and next week I'm going to do a ridiculous run in the Lake District, so I'm very excited about that, and I will of course be sharing it here. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Hello.